Hi. So it is almost impossible to prevent a cyber attack. So the best next thing will be to implement continuous monitoring. It basically understand when you get hacked as soon as possible. Detect when you get hacked as soon as possible. That is the very best next thing from preventing an attack, because that will be impossible. So I will give you 8 different elements of a program that you can implement to better your odds of detecting this attack early. First, number 1 is network monitoring. You need to put the detection devices on your network, such as an IDS, an IPS, or some of sorts in your network to make sure that you're monitoring your network traffic for anomalies or actual intrusions from an external party, a threat actor, or what have you, in your network. Make sure that you are monitoring that way. Along with that, goes to my previous videos, that you send these logs to the SIM. SIM also detect that intrusion and are able to follow the breadcrumbs across the movement and the lateral movement of that attacker on your network. Second is the physical environment monitoring. That doesn't come natural. That doesn't pop up as you deal with cybersecurity. Well, how come physical attacks? Well, you need to understand who has access to your systems, and specifically the data center. Once an individual has physical access, it's game over. As soon as that individual has access to the console, basically, it's game over, because bypass all other network devices that you can put in place, monitoring triggers and what have you, and that is gone. So you need to understand that, having that part of your program as well, and it may be owned by your cybersecurity program, or also may be owned by the physical security, and you partner with that group to make sure that it is continuous monitoring from that perspective. Third is personnel activity monitoring. So you need to understand what is the normal behavior of the individuals working in your company. Working on a particular solution, what is the normal traffic? And we discussed this earlier. What is the normal traffic pattern? Understanding that personnel activity is being monitored and also being logged. When you log in, when you log off, normal hours, you can basically identify a pattern of individuals working 8 to 5 versus 12 to 3 in the morning. That is something that would trigger some questioning, some investigation. So understanding that normal pattern. Number 4, malicious code monitoring. And not only the malware, not only deploy a antivirus solution, but also code monitoring, code scanning, code evaluation of your tools. So you do internal system development and software development lifecycle. Make sure that is a secure software lifecycle and that you have regular scanning of your code before putting to production. That is what meant, and that is part of that continuous monitoring. Number 5, unauthorized mobile detection and mobile software deployment. And make sure that your mobile device have authorized software and application, or apps, if you will, that are coming from authorized sources, that the source code is validated through digital signatures or what have you. Make sure that is, because mobile is becoming a number 1 way to access networks nowadays. Number 6, external service provider monitoring. And that is specifically can be tied to your third-party risk management program, but also a third party connecting to your network to provide services or support, that make sure that is connected through a VPN, and make sure that the individual is monitoring their actions. If that VPN can connect to a solution that isolates on an environment that only have access to the devices that this individual will be working on, instead of giving access to the entire network, well, let's do that then. But make sure that you have that monitoring all the time as well. Number 7, monitoring unauthorized personnel, connections, devices, and of course the software installs on your devices within your corporate network. Unauthorized software being device or the shadow IT, trying to use different software, because the corporate software offer provides little value, or you basically don't like it, make sure that the software is being monitored. Make sure the user is being monitored. Here, a note of advice in here. You're looking for unauthorized user or unauthorized personnel access your network. Work with your legal department to create a sort of a banner on your desktop. And most desktop right now in a corporate environment, you see that banner and you log into this network and have a paragraph in there that says that you will be monitored throughout your stay on the network once you logged in. So make sure you work with that. Last but not least, vulnerability scanning. Make sure that you identify the vulnerabilities, because the threat actor will do that for you no matter what. The threat actor will come in, will scan your network, identify vulnerabilities, collect intelligence, prepare an exploit, and move on your network. Make sure you do that and catch that beforehand. That is constantly. And so continuous monitoring is key. And I don't mean regular assessment, but continuous monitoring 24/7. You're definitely going to need tools to do that, because it will be beyond personnel a way to humanly monitor 24/7. You will need proper tools with proper triggers and identification of behaviors and alerting the right personnel. That will take your program from what you are right now to a much more improved cybersecurity program.